All right, I was asked by a couple of students if I would maybe give some examples of some test questions since your first test is coming up this week. And so I have a couple of things put together so you kind of know what I want to see when you write things down on your paper. Um, Pretty much anything that you saw on the homework exercises is fair game from chapters 1 through 5. One thing that's discussed in chapter 5, I think, was accuracy and precision. Remember that um, oops, accuracy is the number of significant digits a number has, and the precision has to do with the place value. Okay, so how far to the right that decimal goes, or if there's not a decimal, then what's the farthest right non-zero number? Okay, so for the precision, we're looking at place value here. This number goes out to the tenths place. So the precision of this number is to the nearest tenth. Whoa, I don't know what just happened to my computer. There it goes. The accuracy is the number of significant digits. And since none of those numbers are zero, all four of them are significant. And so the accuracy is for significant digits. Okay, my computer screen keeps going off. I don't know if it's doing that to you or not, but I can't get to my stop button on my... Okay, I think I got it fixed. So the accuracy of this number is for significant digits, and the precision is that it's precise to the nearest tenth. Go back and read in your textbook about when we're adding and subtracting and when we're multiplying and dividing. There are rules about how we round things. If I am adding 3.125 gallons and 0.10 gallons, if I just add those together straight away, the numerical result is 3.225. Okay, but when it says round to the correct precision, the precision is you're going to round to the least precise place value. So this number is rounded to the nearest thousandth. This one is to the nearest hundredth. And so I take the one on the left, or the least precise, and I need to round my number to the nearest hundredth. Okay, the 5 bumps that 2 up to a 3. Okay, and I would say 3.23 gallons. When you're doing the arithmetic, do the exact arithmetic for me first, and then round it the way that it's supposed to round. That way, if you've made a mistake here on your arithmetic, I won't, you've hit a button wrong in your calculator, I won't count you off twice. Okay, I can see that you had the right number and then maybe didn't know how to round it, or maybe this number was wrong. In chapter 5, we're doing unit conversions. On our unit conversions, this is the table. I put it in last week's announcement, and this will be embedded with your test. So you will have this with your test questions to use. It's the same sheet. Whenever you do a unit conversion for me, I need every time to see your unity fraction that you're using, written some way, shape, or form on your paper. If we're wanting to convert inches to yards, if that's not a conversion that we know off the top of our head, here it tells us that 1 yard is 36 inches. So on your work, you need to either write 1 yard equals 36 inches. Okay, that's my not preferred method, but I need you to write it somewhere if that's what you're using. If we're starting with inches, and we want to go to yards, that means the yards go on top and the inches go on the bottom. Okay, if 1 yard is equal to 36 inches, then it doesn't matter which one I put on top and which one I put on the bottom. but I want my inches to go away so that I'm left with yards. Our rounding rules apply here. Make sure you review the rounding rules. But this is 36.5 yards. If I want to change liters to quarts, then I look when I'm switching unit systems. We've got our metric to metric on this side. We've got our metric to English on this side. Liters and quarts, one is a standard unit and one is a metric unit, so I'm looking on the right side. Okay, I can see that 1 quart is 0.946 liters. Okay, 1 quart is 0.496 liters. I think that was right. Sometimes I flip my digits around. Ha, no, 946. I'm starting with liters. I want to go to quarts. If I want to go to quarts, the quarts go on top and the liters go on the bottom. Okay, so this says I'm taking 2.5 and dividing by 0.946. And we'll get 2.6427. It goes on and on in my calculator. Okay, since I had two significant digits in my original number, I'm going to round to two significant digits here, which is 2.6 quarts. I need to somewhere on your paper see the conversion factor that you used. Okay, you don't have to write it this way if you write it that way as a fraction. Again, my preferred path is that you write it as a fraction, but since I don't see you guys face to face to drill that into your heads, you need to write it on your paper somewhere, somewhere near this problem and in the problem if you want full credit. If you just write the answer 2.6 quarts and there's no work, if there is none of this, where am I going? If this is all you show, then that's worth 2 out of 4 points. You need to show me what you did to get there if you want all of your points. So I know this is just a couple of examples. If you need to see more, then you should come see me in my office or schedule a time to Zoom. I don't want to make this video any longer. But get a hold of me for sure if you have questions between now and Friday. Again, this will be embedded in your exam. You don't get any notes or any books or anything other than your calculator and your clean sheets of paper. These are the conversions that you're going to be given, and they'll be embedded in the test, so they'll be on the test page where you can get to them. Okay. Holler if you need me.